Welcome to Hoodies the podcast. We go deep with the blast.
Peace. I want to welcome you all back to another dope ass episode of Hoodies the podcast. I'm your host, the God Rashidi, your uncle, coming at you with that uncle wisdom, man. You know how I do. Shout out to the collective, black men, women, boys, girls, and especially the elders. Word. And listen, man. Since we're talking about the collective, shout out to the Skill Youth Chess Club, man. Man. Listen, on my birthday, my born day, y'all already know if you've been paying attention to my content. Like, man, listen, man. I'm so humbled. I feel so loved. You know what I mean? These young, I don't even know how to put it into words. The Skill Youth Chess Club, really made my day on my born day. You know what I mean? Surprised me with a party, food, beautiful words. Listen, I sum that evening up as, you know how you got like good karma and bad karma. I would like to think that good karma came to visit me that night. You know what I mean? I'm so grateful, man. I'll never forget that day. I'm still high. I'm still high from it. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. And listen, man, let's go ahead and just get into this. Like, since we're still talking about the collective, right? Since we are still talking about the collective, listen. I knew some months ago that my family had this family reunion coming up. You know what I mean? And what was even doper is that my aunt Samira will be hosting a family reunion this year, right? So which made it extra special. So me and my lady, we decided to take a road trip. Yeah, road trip. We, just like every romantic dynamic from time to time, been going through some things. You know what I mean? I ain't been the most faithful. I ain't been faithful at all, if I'm being honest. And I must admit that I'm not equipped with an abundance of emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna front. You know what I mean? And then, on the flip side, she ain't the best communicator either. You know what I mean? There's times when she don't listen. She just be yapping, etc., etc. We got our shit. We got our shit. It can get messy at times, right? So I thought, okay, look, right, about this road trip. Right? So I said, if we don't hate each other by the time we get back, then we are most deaf onto something. You know what I mean? We'll be seriously onto something if we can drive that far, you know what I mean, and back and not hate each other, right? Because, we're here in Newport News. The reunion is in Michigan, Ann Arbor, to be exact. So that's, 10 and a half, 11 hours. That's more than enough time to possibly end up hating somebody. You know what I mean? So, boom. She was game. Let's do it. So listen, we hit the road. I rock my high def glasses. You know them shits with you know what I mean? They're supposed to help block the glare from oncoming traffic. But them shits is trash. Trust me, them shits is trash. I also brought, or I thought that I brought, some patience with me. I thought I brought all my patience with me. You know what I mean? I meditated and I centered myself before the trip. I meditated and I centered myself. And apparently, I didn't stick to that discipline. In fact, neither of us did. You know what I mean? Yelling at the top of our lungs. You know what I mean? Wasn't even on the road for a whole 2 hours. Matter of fact, I don't even think a whole 1 hour had passed. Let's just say that going was rough. Going was rough, and I ain't even talking about the drive. The drive was cool. I mean, for it to be like 10 and a half, 11 hours, the drive was decent. It was decent. But listen, man, we did get some things off our chest. We did. We got some things off. We got some things off our chest, though. You understand? We just put it out there. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? It ain't none of your business. I didn't feel like you was. See, that's the reason why I don't be fucking with you like that. Cause you be, all that shit. I got some sightseeing popping when I was riding shotgun. We left about midnight. Well, more so toward 1 o'clock. We got there about 10, 11, something like that in the morning.
Do it then. Meditate in the hoodie. Come with baby, come with. With your soft, supple skin. Get together when. Make the blend. Just make the end. Meditate in the hoodie. Meditate. Come on, baby, come with me. Water girl, I'm for me. Universal artist. Water girl, I'm for me. Universal artist. Water girl, I'm for me. Universal artist. Come with me. Supple scat. Never win. Come through with blend. Come on, baby, come with me.
Ann Arbor, Michigan. We arrived, right? I've been there before, but it was some years ago. You know what I mean? We checked in, and we got a little bit of sleep. So later that evening was a meet and greet. We got some hugs in. We got some. When you was a baby, you used to come to my house and sleep. You was such a good baby. I gave you some peanut brittle. Told you to share it with your brother and your sister. See, and you ate all that shit up. Come here, baby. Give me a hug. Some of that. And listen, man. Right off rip. I had a renewed sense of, the importance of a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, I admit that family reunions wasn't a priority for me for a while. I went to a few of them when I was a kid. The last one I went to before this one, I was an adult. I was in the Navy. In fact, I was stationed in Pearl Harbor at the time. And all my kids was kids then. All my kids was kids. That's how long it was. My kids are grown men now. Right? So like I said, going to a family reunion, it just wasn't a priority. I had this notion that, hey, shit, them people don't make no effort to keep in touch with me. You know what I mean? So I don't even see the point. Right? I can admit that I used to think like that. I can also admit that shit is stupid. Real fucking stupid. Like, idiot. How you expect folk to reach out to you and they don't even know you? Yeah, you family, but they don't know you. You know what I mean? And listen, had I gone to all the other family reunions, when I saw some of these people this time, I would have had a relationship with them by now. That's why it's called a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, had I been going to family reunions, you know what I mean? We would have already met. My experience probably would have been that much better. You know what I mean? And because I'm terrible with names, out of all the cousins that I shook hands with or hugged or whatever and chopped it up with, the two names that just stand out is Cousin Keith and Cousin Kim. You know what I mean? Word. Cousin Keith and Cousin Kim. Cousin Keith, he's on the board, the family reunion board. I guess that's what you would call it, the family reunion board. Was it Anderson, Booker, McNeil? So the ABM family reunion board, and I like how he and all the other brothers held it down. You know what I mean? Established the order.
Gifts of the Anderson Booker McNeil board. So we want to take this time to invite, welcome all y'all to Ypsilanti, and we got part of our host crew over here, Chanel Williams, but the main host is still in traffic, and so she told us to go ahead without her. But a couple of things, Chanel will be bringing out the t-shirts.
I thought that was pretty dope. You know, and remember when I did this podcast not too long ago talking about, you know, when the family reunion comes, I'm going to, you know, have a speech and talk to the family about how we need to, you know, get together more and get over the grudges and this, that, and the third in the family. We got this family reunion popping up in July. So what I'm doing for this family reunion is I'm putting together a speech. All right, and this speech is to address the bullshit within the tribe. Because of the grudges in the family, I'm feeling some type of way about the elders in the family. Why is this grudge allowed to happen on your watch? Like, tell a lie. Say, look, talk to if you got family members who got beef. Hey, look, I need to talk to you about an inheritance. That'll get people going. That'll make motherfuckers show up. They probably bring the kids and the wife, everybody in the damn family to come sit down and talk about an inheritance. And when they get there, tell them ain't no inheritance. I just needed to get you motherfuckers together. Lock the door and whatever, and let's hash this shit out. See, what was showing was my lack of experience with family reunions. Because these are kind of things, from what I understand, that are discussed at family reunions. Like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Cousin Keith and some other cousins, them good brothers, them strong brothers, strong men, you know, expressed those sentiments. So basically echoed my sentiments, even though it's not echoing me, but, you know, there was really nothing to be said. It's the sentiment throughout the whole shit, throughout the whole reunion.
I mean, with the camera recorder, and he used to record this, all that we're talking about now, and it was so we can all be played back, so we can take notes, because all of us is not going to actually take notes per se. But her father used to sit all the way on the corner. He used to have a big camera, and he used to go around and he used to take everybody where everybody was talking. I think that should be brought back to the day when we have our meetings and different things, so we can know for the younger generation. I speak on the younger generation because we need to see them, because if any one of them become a movie star or a basketball star or anything, they're like, well, I ain't never seen you. Am I right or wrong?
So Cam, I got you, and that just basically reminds me, on your table are notepads. If you have suggestions about how this reunion can go bigger.
That's how we all feel. That was dope. I saw a family I hadn't seen in years. My Aunt Samira. My Uncle Big Jr. He came with his fiance. You know what I mean? Aunt got him a tenderoni. The truth about a Roni, she's always on the phone, talking to a homeboy, wishing they were home alone. She sends you loving letters with the smell of sweet perfume. This is what a real tenderoni likes to do for you. I mean, I used to be able to sing when I was a kid. But yeah, he got him a tenderoni, so I'm chill. But listen, like I said, it's been dumb long since I've seen a whole lot of people. You know what I mean? And along with that, I saw a family that I do see on a regular basis. You know, like my mom's, you know, my Dukes, my sister, my nephew, my brother, uncle brother. I seen Tony Ray, Mila, Aunt Pam. My sister Mariam, she didn't make it. I saw my cousin Justice. I ain't seen him in a while. You know what I mean? I was trying to get a picture, with Ma Dukes and all her siblings, but I couldn't really get my uncle Big Junior to, I couldn't really get him to slow down. He was doing his thing, but I pulled off what I could. And check it, you know what I mean? Check it. Due to my, philandering, if you will, in all my years, my lady has never met my mom's. Never met her. So that happened. In fact, she ain't never met nobody over that way. You know what I mean? Granted, we not from Michigan, we from Chicago, but she hadn't met none of my family. And that's trash. But this was right. This felt right. It was happening right. Look at that. And about my aunt Samira, she gifted me a family heirloom, right? And that heirloom was my maternal grandpop's Quran, right? This was last year, something like that, when she gave it to me. My uncle Big Aaron and my uncle Marty, they was visiting her, and she gave it to them to give to me. And I'm just saying that's a heavy piece, man. You know what I mean? For the elders in the family to see me as being worthy enough to have something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's her father, and she finds me worthy of having it. So at the family reunion, my cousin Julian, Justice's brother, in fact, Justice and Julian are the sons of Samira, right? Anyway, Julian gifted me some slides that my grandpop used to show us as kids. Slides of his pilgrimage or his Hajj to Saudi Arabia, right? And for the longest time, I was wondering, I wonder what happened to them shits. I wonder what happened to those slides. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to have what I consider another family heirloom. Like, so for these slides, I've been on Amazon trying to price some projectors. This one projector that I'm looking at, it projects the image, and you can scan and save the image. So that's pretty dope. But I'm pricing them and trying to see which the best one to get. You know what I mean? I tried to hold them up to the light, so I could look at them. Like this one, this one, this one. I'm pretty sure that's my grandpop. Well, I ain't too sure, but I'm pretty sure that's my grandpop right there. And this one. So yeah, I need a slide projector, right? And like I said, the one I'm looking at, it projects the image and it can scan and save the image. And I can't wait to see these fucking slides, man. Word. You know what I mean? Like right now, I am in possession of my grandfather's auto harp. I remember one day I was visiting in town. I just asked my mom's. I just asked her, like, hey, whatever happened to that instrument? And she was like, yeah, I got it. You want it? I was like, yeah. So the goal is to get it restored. You know what I mean? I got my grandfather's Quran, and I got the slides to his Hajj. You know what I mean? Man, so I don't have to tell y'all that when I get a projector, you know what I mean, how dope a podcast that's gonna make. You know what I mean? I ain't even got to tell you that. But yeah, man, this family reunion, I really love the sense of community.
Fly with the blip, fly with the gift, top shelf, woe self, go self, no self. You worry about Jesus, and you worry about a vote. But the black man does what he pleases. You try to be woke.
You know what I mean? I liked how structured it was.
Because y'all look good, everybody is good. Unless you tell us that you're not good so we can pray for you. Okay? So, it's not that I don't want to hear from you, but just a second. It's not that I don't want to hear from you, but it's just that we want to get through this and we want to get to the...
And this is probably the norm, but like I said, I haven't been to a family reunion in years. So I like how structured it was. Like even when it was time to eat, all the kids ate first, then the elders, and then everybody else. You know what I mean? You know, and then also how we like set things up, you know, and how we broke everything down, put the tables away, the chairs away. Just that sense of community, the chairs, the tables, the food, all the equipment. You know, I also love the way we kick back, you know, in our suite. You know, just chiefing, sipping a beer. You know what I mean? Just building. It was super fire, man. You know? And listen, it was over just as quick as it began. You know what I mean? Let's see, there was the meet and greet that Friday. Then Saturday afternoon, there was events in the park that we missed. We followed the GPS. It sent us to butt fuck nowhere. We was close to motherfucking University of Michigan. You know what I mean? Turns out it was like less than 10 minutes away from where we were staying at. Then later that day, we had there was another function at this Masonic Hall, and that was pretty fire. You know what I mean? So myself and my siblings, right? You know, we won at Family Feud, right? So we are the team to beat at next year's family reunion. So it was myself, my brother, my sister, and who else was up there? Oh, and my nephew Chris. Word. So yeah, man. Then Sunday there wasn't an event. It was, but it was cut short because they took care of what they was gonna do Saturday night. So that was it. Saturday night. You know? Yeah. So then of course we said our goodbyes. You know, the next reunion would be in Pennsylvania, I believe Pittsburgh to be exact. That's not as far. You know, that's just 6 hours away as opposed to 10 and a half, 11. You know, easy. You know? So yeah, man, that was the family reunion. And I know I compressed a lot, but that was the family reunion, man. Yeah, so then, of course, then comes the drive back home. And surprisingly enough, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful ride back. On both fronts. Both the drive and communication, and interaction, and energy, everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we hit this nasty ass storm on the way back, but we did that. Another thing, we didn't hate each other by the time we got back. We might be on to something. Maybe it's time for a different conversation. You know what I mean? So this whole time I'm thinking, while I'm sitting up here reading from my phone and all, I'm thinking, we're going to call this podcast. Since we talked a lot about a family reunion, we talked about the collective, the Skill Youth Chess Club, my family, my lady, all that. Let's just call this FAMU. I'm the guard Rashidi. This is Hoodies. Ayy.